With the NFL season almost in the books, we enter the last week of the regular season. We're on the precipice of seeing a colossal matchup in the AFC East with the Buffalo Bills and Miami Dolphins set to play for the AFC East crown. This game, in my opinion, has the potential to be a game of the year candidate when you consider everything that's at stake for both teams this week. When it comes to the Dolphins, they have the number 2 seed on the line and have a chance to win the AFC East, something that they haven't been able to accomplish in the past 15 plus years. And when it comes to the Buffalo Bills, they have a chance to jump all the way up to the 2nd seed after they going through a hellified middle part of their season where they had lost 6 of their nine last games before going on the road to beat the Chiefs. The Bills literally have a golden opportunity with the Dolphins being humbled and hobbled after what transpired last week against the Ravens where they got their ass thoroughly kicked. Now, this isn't me throwing shots at Miami. I have no problem with Miami as a team, but the truth is the truth. They got their ass whooped. They got humbled last week, and with their second best corner, Xavier Howard, ruled out, along with them losing one of their best defensive players in Bradley Chubb for the rest of the season, and along with Jalen Waddle and Raheem Mostert being questionable to play this week, this is clearly a must-win scenario for the Bills when you take all of that into consideration. They must win. This is a must-win scenario for them. They cannot afford to lose this game and miss the playoffs. I feel like if they lose this game, Sean McDermott's job may be on the line, possibly. Even though he's a really good coach, in my opinion, I think his job may possibly be on the line if he loses this game. It's a must-win scenario for both teams, but I think more preferably for the Bills. They've been in win-now mode for the past 2-3 years, and the loss here will be very, very devastating. It really would not be a good thing for them as a franchise as they've been struggling since losing to the Chiefs in the divisional round a couple years ago. A win, they're in must-win scenario for sure this week. And when I look at the Dolphins as a whole, they look like a team in no man's land when I look at all of the injuries that they have to deal with when it comes to their key players. Another loss heading into the playoffs would be a devastating blow, in my opinion, for them as well, because they would go from hosting a playoff game to having to play Kansas City on the road in cold temperatures, which to me, when I look at this team up and down, which would not be ideal. Obviously, they've been playing in Miami, which is really warm. Going on the road, they had to play in a very cold-ass climate like Kansas City would be not ideal for this team, especially with all the injuries that they have to deal with. And I don't think Miami is a team that can travel on the road and win 3 games on the road. I believe they have to win this week to avoid that scenario. Because I feel like if they don't win this week, I feel like you can see them going home next week. Because they haven't shown the ability to be a good team to beat the top teams in the sport. Yes, they beat the Cowboys a week ago before they played the Ravens, but to me that was an admiration. They played a good game, but it wasn't like they thoroughly beat the Cowboys up. So this is a different game. This is a must win for both teams, and Miami's got their backs against the wall, and they're gonna have to really put forth one of their best performances with all these hobbled players. Hopefully they can do it, but we'll see what happens. Now, gun to my head, chips, pushed all the way to the table. Who am I putting all my money on? If I had to really give my prediction as to who I think is going to win this game, it's really tough because I think divisional opponents, especially in games like this, really play each other really tough and competitively. But it all really depends to me on if Raheem Mostert and Jalen Waddle play. If they play, I think the game will be closer. They're going to come down to the wire, and I'm going to go with Buffalo. I think Buffalo does enough as long as Josh Allen plays a clean game, does not commit any turnovers, does not get the ball back to the Dolphins at any point in this game, and just plays a clean game for 60 minutes. I think Buffalo can win this game. But it all depends upon if Raheem Mostert and Jalen Waddle are playing, because they're going to key on, obviously Buffalo's defense is going to key on Tyreek Hill and try to slow him down and stop him. Even though I don't think Tyreek Hill is even 100% his damn self. But, like I said before, it all depends upon if Jalen Waddle and Raheem Mostert play. If they play, then it'll help obviously take some pressure off of Tua and Tyreek Hill and open the offense up to its normal capacity. But if they both don't play, or if one of them don't play, it could hurt their offense even more, and make it even tougher. But with all that being said, like I said before, I think I'm gonna go with Buffalo, even regardless if they do play. I just think as long as Josh Allen plays a clean game, like I've said, I think they'll get the job done. Play 60 minutes of clean football, play good, sound defense, bend but don't break type defense. Where even if they're moving the ball on you, as long as you're making them settle for 3, you're doing your job. I think if they do that, they should be successful and they should be able to win this game. But you never know. You never know. I could be dead wrong on this. This is just my opinion and my take. What I think might happen. You know. If I had to give a final score on this game, I'm gonna say 28-21 Buffalo. Thank you all for watching. And as always, until we meet again.